Everything in this video is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Please don't send any hate to the person mentioned in this video. While they thought they had DID and they didn't, they are struggling with some kind of mental illness.
Our ages range from 6 to 30 years old. We feel like we're multiple ages, multiple genders.
In our heads, we look a completely different way, and then we look like this.
People think that everyone and their dog is faking their disorders, when actually people just have disorders.
I had to quit my job because my boss fake claimed me. They think that I would make up my trauma. They think that I would fake my disorder for attention.
We live in a world where truth and misinformation are intertwined on the internet. Today, we will embark on a story that shook the DID community. I'm gonna be calling this person the Frost System just because, okay, no hate to this person, right? But basically, they believe that they were struggling with dissociative identity disorder, mainly due to a history of trauma, dissociation, and identity confusion. The Frost System was able to make a lot of great videos about their alters switching their makeup into what makes them feel most comfortable. Some people did kind of think this was odd. This might not be the first time anyone has ever heard of this person, but a lot of systems describe extreme facial dysphoria in a way that actually looking at yourself in the mirror can be distressing, let alone touching your face. But it's different for every system, so this was actually validating for a lot of people. Frost claimed that their therapist believed that they had dissociative identity disorder, a condition known for its complexity and the profound impact it has on those affected.
I don't think that I have DID. I made a mistake. I genuinely thought that I had DID. A therapist confirmed it with me. I just feel so much not like myself all the time. I think what happened was I was able to ground myself in feeling like another person and in being another person, when in actuality, I'm just one person. And I'm just one person who's very confused about who I am.
In the video, Frost talks about how a therapist had confirmed this diagnosis, which is interesting considering, like, can anyone ever imagine a therapist actually saying, I think you have this extreme complex trauma disorder, but don't go get diagnosed with it. Therapists can suggest that you have symptoms or traits of a disorder, but they don't diagnose. If Frost's therapist genuinely said that they have DID, it's understandable for them to jump to conclusions.
Doesn't have a stable sense of identity. I started doing IFS, and when I started doing IFS, my parts, some of them came with names. I didn't really know what that meant. During an EMDR session, I felt like I discovered more of my parts, and then later when I learned about systems and I learned about DID, I felt like it fit my experience. I am a survivor of childhood abuse. I dissociate a lot. I don't know who I am a lot.
I don't know if Frost System knew about this whole DID craze online while going through this, because if they did, that definitely would add to the whole, oh, I don't know why they had names. The way that they discuss how their parts had names and a lack of identity, it actually makes sense how things like identity confusion and differing disorders can be confused with DID.
I don't feel like a person, I don't feel like myself, and I have a lot of depersonalization. I had these parts that that already had names. It felt like, to me, started to come out. I think that wasn't what was going on. I am Sage and Mason and Cole and Drew and Salem and Liam and everyone. I am all of them.
When you're early on in the diagnostic process of a disorder, or you're not diagnosed with the disorder, I guess that's kind of where I draw the line of if that's okay. Because yes, you did make a mistake. You genuinely believed that you had it.
I just didn't understand that I was just one person. I have such a hard time looking in the mirror. I hate looking at myself. I hate what I look like. That's because of CSA. My desire to look different, I confused that with having alters. But I think that I am just one person. I'm a multifaceted person. I have a lot of different sides to me. A lot of different parts of me. I like to look different ways.
The way that they came forward and admitted to this misinformation that they have spread was admirable. I don't think a super appropriate response would be just to say, I told you so. Because at the end of the day, he did make a mistake, but this will scare other people who are faking a disorder into coming out. People don't want to be shamed, so they might not come out about it to dodge responsibility.
I feel comfortable looking different ways at different times based off of how I'm feeling at the time. That doesn't mean that I have DID. I genuinely thought that I had DID. I had therapists confirm to me that I had DID. I was not trying to fool or trick anyone. I am just a person who's struggling with mental health. I was not trying to hurt anyone.
Frost System explaining how they feel comfortable dressing up as a different character can be helpful for other people who might believe that they have DID to realize that they don't. I think the Frost System coming out about how they did the wrong thing is very brave and doing what you can to pick up any pieces that you've left.
The reason that I'm making this video is because I feel like I have a responsibility to you guys. Just because I wasn't intentionally being misleading. My face now, for millions of people, is the first time that they've ever heard of dissociative identity disorder. And I don't have dissociative identity disorder. Now, a lot of people have an idea of what DID is like that's informed by my experience.
I'm sorry, but as much research and effort you put into a disorder, if you don't have it, you will end up giving misinformation. While Frost System will probably not be able to undo all of the damage they've already done with this video, the fact that they're aware of the harm that they could have caused is noble. Also, he's able to sort his stuff out. A lot of people who fake disorders, I know we're not saying that he faked a disorder because he genuinely thought he had it, which is a lot of fakers' point of view. A lot of people with addictions can be sucked into it for their entire life for years. Sometimes we need to make mistakes in order to grow. However, sometimes we can learn from other people's mistakes.
It is not dissociative identity disorder. This was something that I was worried about the whole time that I was posting. Not because I thought that I didn't have DID, but because I knew that people have no media literacy. People have no idea how to watch a video and then think critically about it instead of just taking that video and they absorb information that they got from that video, take that into their worldview. That makes no sense. I don't know how people do that. When you watch media, you need to analyze it critically.
It's really great that they came to terms with this now. It would have been great if it was before they had made a TikTok spreading misinformation, but they made some absolutely great points, and you can tell that they're disappointed by the actions that they have done. I'm not saying that what this person did was perfect and that they've just fixed everything by coming out about it, because they did harm the DID community. There were probably other people who are experiencing things like lack of identity, gender identity, and turn to DID because of this.
When one person, who, whether or not they have DID or not, posts about DID, don't assume the DID is like that for everyone. That's on you guys though. I made the video, right? But it is on you guys to have the media literacy to know that that is not what DID is like for everyone. It's also on me. I felt like I could take parts of other identities and like take them for my own in a way that I wouldn't have to be myself. At the end of the day, I do have to be myself.
That's a fantastic point. I mean, a lot of us experience lack of identity and disappointment with our day-to-day lives. Faking a disorder, having a different identity than your own, if you're struggling with your own self-esteem or identity issues, can be validating. And honestly, I think they do a great job of explaining their point of view, which is really important to help the fake disorder cringe community understand the thought process of these people who believe they have disorders.
All the different parts of me, they make up me. For example, I like cat ears. I also think that cat ears are incredibly cringy. I don't think that those two thoughts are coming from two people. I did before. I thought that Sage thought cat ears were cringy and that Mason liked them. That's what I thought. But no, I just think that cat ears are both cool and cringy at the same time.
Making so many of these videos and as an audience demographic basically for fakers being young adult females, that is 100% obviously not the case for every single person, but definitely a stereotype at least. I make videos about this and there's been times where I wonder if I have DID due to things like this, and honestly this is validating. Almost every single person in the world has dealt with identity disturbance.
It almost was easier for me to separate myself from parts of myself that I didn't like and put them inside of a whole other person so that I wouldn't have to feel like I was that. I hope that that makes sense. I'm probably not gonna post this video anywhere, but it felt good to make it.
There was a short documentary made about them. I don't know that I want to show it, but in this they claim to be diagnosed with DID. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people can be confused if a therapist suggests they have a disorder. They might be like, I'm diagnosed.
Looking in the mirror and seeing the body, okay, we don't see ourselves at all. But then looking in the mirror and having blue eyes, me, Mason, I'm like, oh, I see myself a little bit. And then Cole with the hair, he's like, oh, I kind of see myself too. And it's like a little bit better than seeing the body. We just have a lot of distress, I guess, about what we look like.
The diagnosis for DID often takes a very long time. In the meantime, you can mistakenly give misinformation, go to a DID meet and greet, and stigmatize actual people with the disorder.
I wish that the whole world would know that I'm just another person, you know, like we are multiple people, but we are just another person, you know. We're just out here living our lives, not trying to harm anyone, trying our best.
That was so fun.
I'm really proud of who we are. We've come so far and we've realized so much about ourselves.
The reality is that DID can be confused with so many disorders, and I don't understand how, like, if your foot is hurting you really bad, how do you know that you fractured it or broke it? There's so many things that it could be. While the documentary is educational, it also does have a small amount of the glamorization, like making your alters in The Sims and emphasizing the differences in alters rather than the distress of dissociation and PTSD.
Cool Sims that Mason made earlier. My favorite is obviously mine. Then there's Cole. This is Jet. He's such a cutie. I was super happy when I saw that Mason made Jeremiah like this. Then there's Liam. I loved how Damon decided to dress himself. That's so cute. Bethany looks like a queen, honestly. She looks so good. Are you kidding? And then finally Mason. Jesus Christ, Mason. Okay, whatever.
The Frost system actually started gaining followers and started making cash apps and making a living off of their TikTok videos, which does kind of suck because we don't know that they would have had all of these followers if not for spreading all of this misinformation. I think this does go to show that not everything you see on the internet is proof. Oftentimes you see someone saying that they have X disorder on the internet, and my brain specifically, for some reason, likes to take that for fact. But it's important to take everything, including this video, with a grain of salt. The main issue is that, unfortunately, believe it or not, a lot of these viewers of these TikTok fakers are of people who tend to be under the age of 18. If you have a large fan base that you know for a fact are vulnerable for whatever reason, whether it's mental illness or age, it's important not to glamorize a disorder that was caused by extreme trauma. Alters don't just appear for no reason. Each of them were made to handle a specific trauma. If you believe you have DID and you want to post videos on the internet, it is so important to get diagnosed. If you believe you have DID and you can't get diagnosed, you can continue to learn about it beyond making videos online. Glamorizing DID can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and trivialize the experiences of those who genuinely are affected by the disorder. It hinders efforts to raise awareness and provide appropriate support. It's crucial to approach mental health topics with sensitivity, empathy, and commitment to providing accurate information to foster a better understanding of the challenges faced by individuals with DID and other mental health conditions. What do you guys think about this one? I think the community is kind of torn. A lot of people are just happy that this person is finding their way in life, and the other half is like, fam, you were correcting people in your comment section who actually have DID. It encourages copycat behavior, perpetuates misunderstandings and stereotypes, and is disrespectful to those with genuine DID. If not, let me know your favorite candy. Mine is 100% Reese's. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on if you're feeling risky, comment below. It helps with the algorithm. Thank you so much to each and every one of my members. I appreciate each and every one of you every single day. Have a good day, night, whatever the case may be, and goodbye.